Good morning, everyone. How are we today? Hi, all. Can you hear me? Rudolph, hi.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, great. So, a bit early in the morning for you guys.
Yeah.
So, I'm just going to ask you guys a couple of questions before we start off on our case study, and we aim to do maybe one question today. So, I want to ask Ahmed maybe. Ahmed, what do you think of the company that you work for? So, in this context, I'm talking about all of you are working for AEN, right? So, I want your views on AEN. I'm a potential investor in the company, so I'm just asking your views on, how is AEN doing? Anyone who can answer that question?
Yes. Can I answer it,
Yeah,
Anju?
sure. Go ahead, Ahmed.
Yeah. I think AN is doing well, but there are many opportunities in the market that they can expand. For example, moving from advisory to building new energy or alternative energy plants.
Right. Okay. So I want to find out from you. What do you think? We are looking at opportunities that are available to AEN, and what do you think of their capacity? Do you think they have the capacity? So now I'm taking the role of a banker, right? And I'm asking you as a senior finance person in AEN, I'm asking you the question, well, talk me through the financials of AEN. How are they?
Yeah. AN has some problems in the short-term liabilities because they are short in cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now imagine you are answering a banker, right? A potential.
No, I'm not answering.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm asking you the question. I'm taking the position of a banker, right? So you are the senior finance person here. You come to meet me and to seek for some funding, right? It could be short term, it could be long term. So my question to you is, well, talk me through your financials. And when you're talking through the financials, you also need to then say, well, if you've got a problem one place, how are you going to mitigate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone
I don't know what
else?
to answer till now. Yeah.
Yeah, let me throw this to
Anju,
someone else as well. Yeah, go on.
can I answer this question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, if you can see, it's revenues. It's an increasing from 2015 to 2016. It increased 8%. Okay, and its profit also increased 19%. And that's why they have paid a dividend of 89%. So I think it's company is in good position and it's in growth phase. So any bank will provide a loan if it is in better condition, as I can see its financial statements.
Right, but Ahmed was just mentioning there is a problem in cash in the short term. Is that correct?
Anju, it has retained earnings in its balance sheet, if you can see.
Okay.
So I think it has retained earnings. So I think it can it is in better position.
Right.
Its cash flow is in good position.
Okay, so what you're mentioning is the cash flow. You're making me quite confident now, saying, well, it's in a good position. We are in the growth market. It's improved. My revenues have increased. My profitability has increased. I've given dividends. It's a very healthy company. So we are going ahead for an investment. I seek some funding from you, bank, and I'm sure we will be a good strategic fit because we are a good partner to have, a solid partner to have, right? Now, I'm also from a if I put the hat of a university dean, and I'm seeking some input from you guys, and I'm looking at, well, the university is thinking of alternate energies and looking not only wind but other areas as well. How do you think that AEN can partner much more than just the research, just the funding aspect of it? What else can we do in this space? Because I want to actually position my university in a much better position than the rest of the university. How can you give me that strategic edge? What about you, Ravindra? Any input from you? Said?
Can I
Yes.
can I
Yeah.
answer this question?
One
Yeah.
second, Mohammed, because I
I
just want to give others opportunity as well. Just 1 second, because some people are quiet. So that just I want to get their thoughts as well. Shilpa, anything from you? Arthur, what about you? Can we have your input in this to say how can AEN partner with the university, not just funding for research, but in a very different way?
It's an opportunity for the AEN to diversify its business. If they can they cannot fund, they just only not fund the research, they can even acquire new talent in the alternative sources of energy in the form of research or technical expertise.
So when you say acquire new talent, how do you think the university will work in a different way in this context? AEN and university will work in a different context.
Currently, AEN is working only in the wind power research.
Mm-hmm.
So, a university is not only working in the wind power, probably they have the wider research opportunities. So, there is a diversified kind of talent available there. So, it's an opportunity for AEN to utilize the university to invest in new alternative source of energies.
Right. Okay. Said, anything from you? Thank you.
Yeah, one thing is that in university they can start, with the help of the students, some research work going on, and they can set up research fund for that one, and they can utilize because they will have a talent, and if they invest some money on that, they could have prototype some project going on in university, which later if it's successful and they are already we see in that one there's AN research grant programs. They have already announced a grant project they are helping the universities. From there they can take the cream and the students, and they can set up a research department already there, but they can utilize they can do some projects over there.
Right.
And it will be held, and then they can take on board who are the one the extreme good students, and after that they can take them in their companies.
Right. So now I want another person in the group to critique what Said mentioned, and the question I asked. So is there anyone who can critique Said's answer? Rudolph? you able to critique Said's answer? Or Shilpa? Yeah, go ahead. Yes, Shilpa.
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can take media support as well. Media support for
Okay.
the press release, and we can publish more journals about our project.
Right. Okay, I just want to stop you there. I want to ask you, what's the question I asked?
How to make our university better compared to other universities.
Right. Okay, I said as a dean of this particular university, I want you to come up with some new strategies, because you're the business person, right? So that, I don't want to do the same thing that you're working with the other universities. I don't want to do the same thing. I want something different, right? In order to make my university stand out.
Yes.
Anything else?
Already.
No. Anyone else who can critique what Shilpa and Said mentioned and comparing it with my question I asked? Naga, what about you? Are you able to critique? Atta, what about you? Everyone's very silent.
I can say something is that one thing is that one they are investing too much funds on that one in sponsorships in universities and everything like that. But if they are not getting the results, this is all a sunk cost. Only not to get a media and try something like that. If this money has been directed to some their prototype in-house projects and everything like that, maybe they are in a better position in their financial position, and they can have a product, something like that. Because I see that in their this paper they are saying that they invested 200,000, 100,000 in different scholarship stakes and everything
Correct.
like that.
Yes.
If these funds are giving a return in future, maybe in long run also, it's good enough. But it is not working.
Yes, that's a good observation, Said. The reason, so for example, we need to look at the return. Plus, now the thing is, now I'm going to take the role of that senior finance person, right? And you're the dean. You come and propose this and say, right, I've got this university, I've got a really great set of students, right? I want you to work with me. And then I'm seeing that opportunity, right? I'm getting access. And then we are also looking at we're thinking, get away from this the current practices, giving money, writing papers. Everyone's doing this. I want something different, right? Now, from a commercial standpoint, I'm in a very good position. You guys know AN is in a very good position to expand, move out. Now, I can look at going overseas, right? I have a problem here because my current team does not want to move out because they're in Brisbane. They have never gone out of Brisbane. But I have an opportunity to work outside. Yeah. Now, what better thing than take some of the university high caliber team to work with me outside, right? And with the client that I've got, who is overseas. Now, when you're in the university, you're very excited to get out, move. When you're young, you want to explore, right, and do that. Now, suddenly, you're giving an opportunity for the university to work with you on commercial projects. So, to your return on investment aspect, this is where we're going. Plus, I'm having an issue currently with my team because they don't want to go overseas, right? However, they can be on the ground and provide consultancy, but my person or people with the overseas can be the eyes and ears for them, right? So that could be a very good collaboration. Do you guys see that? What you answered, however, to my question was the normal things that they were doing, right? Said, did you see a difference?
Yeah, I see a difference 100% that it was if you are offering like internships and everything like that with a student because you're investing money to support them for project. But I don't see in this that there's something written that you will offer a job or you will be using that during the study. You can have them placed for 6 months or 7 months in some project as a training project. So what you're saving is a cost. You will be paying some to expert, and even if they are working with you, so you have an in extra hand-on people which are keen to do, and they don't have any time frame. And so these are the things dean can come up with a plan with the AEN, that
Yes.
okay, see, if you are investing till now you are not getting any result, research is going everything like that, so we can offer that one.
Correct.
In which the university we have have better edge with other university if we offer the okay, my university is offering that we will give 6 months on field training to the students who are coming, so you have an opportunity and AEN have an opportunity. It's a two-way traffic.
Exactly, spot on. So imagine the university that you studied, right? If they told you at that time, well, we're going to pick a set of students, right? Or you apply, we're going to have this kind of assignment taking place, right? At the time you were in the university, if you had this opportunity, you would be very excited, wouldn't you? Right? You'll be very, very excited. You're in your 20s, early 20s, you want to go out, explore, and this is new industry as well, right? New projects. So you will be very interested. Now, from a university angle, this is a plus point because all the other universities are doing in-house research that is maybe inside this country and writing research papers, right? But here, this particular university is giving the students a hands-on experience as well, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, I mean, you can be in a university 10 years, right? But the problem is when you get out, you need to be commercially, astute. You need to have commercial sense. Now, in this case, this university is offering that to the students, which is great. So in that sense, university ranking also goes up. So Syed, you're right. We're looking at, it's a win-win situation for both AEN and the university. Okay. However, when I asked the question first, you see, your answer was a bit different. But suddenly you cracked it, you saw it and said, right, she's asking something else. Yeah, you saw the answer, right? Okay.
Because frankly speaking, I didn't went all through that because I was busy. When I saw that one, these things which we are talking is already there. They are already doing these things. So whatever left is that one is a collaboration between the university and the company. The company is already investing in research and everything like that. But now they need a return from the university also. And then when you involve this thing, and which is practically going on, and we see in the market some universities, they are offering, we have a collaboration with some big companies like IBM, like they are doing software with the SAP. So
Yes.
the student prefer to go to these universities in which they have an exposure, field exposure.
Exactly. So this is very good point where, I mean, this is, I think both Kuma and I, what we emphasize is for you to identify the question first. What question is being asked, right? What question is being asked and how you answer it. Okay. Now, what I will do is I've set up, I've put up quite a few questions actually. So I want to now give you some question to approach. Right. Now I'm going to share my screen with you, and I want you to first answer within 3 minutes how many questions are there in this one question. Okay, that's the first task. In 3 minutes you will answer this. Let me know when you want to go to the next page.
Fine, from my side we can move on.
Okay, I'm going to the next page. I want to move to the next one, please. One second, just to the next one is the question 2. So this is the comparison. So your 3 minutes is up. Right. How many questions? Yes, Ahmed.
Yes, I have here 4 questions.
Right.
Yeah, can I list them?
Yes, please.
Yeah, the first one, the question about the competitive strengths of the 2 proposals,
Okay.
and the recommendation, which one is better. This is the second one, and how to finance the project,
Yes.
and the ethical issue about Pamela relationship with XMAX.
Right. And others. So I think we've got some answers here as well.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Ravindra, go
Yeah.
ahead.
The fifth question in that,
Sorry?
as respect to the dividend,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a suggestion being asked whether the dividend declaration.
Yeah. So how many do you see? How many questions do you see? 4 or 5?
For what Mr. Muhammad said, and this is the fifth one.
Right. So what we're seeing is the IT, the suppliers, the comparison.
There are 6 questions. I
Okay.
see.
Go on. What are
The
they?
6 is one which is mentioned, what is the string, what is the recommendation, how is finance, and then reduce dividend, whether it is right or not, suggest the suitable approach. And the 6th one is that they want our feedback on that. This Pamila's brother is the director on one of the firm, this XMS system.
Right. Okay. So as you can see from the attachment in this email, 2 tenders, right? Please let me have your thoughts on competitive strengths of each of the 2 tenders submitted. Right? So that's one. The first one. The second one we're looking at, there's been some discussion on how this investment could be financed. One suggestion is that we reduce the dividends in the short term. How it could be financed, the dividends aspect of it, and do you think is a good idea, right? So that is what is a good idea, the dividend aspect of it. So we're talking how can it be financed is one, dividends is another one, right? So
Anju, I have one question.
yes.
Yeah, if you see the first project,
Yeah.
it is said that it is getting started immediately. So dividend will not be one of the options, right?
It depends. You take the decision what time you want to start. What it is they can start immediately. Their availability is immediate, yeah? So the first, am I right? First thing we're talking about the comparison. Second one we're talking about how are we going to finance it. Third one we're talking about the dividends, right? Can we use the dividends, right? Fourth one we're looking at, I think some of you guys have broken this down further. That's fine because you're in the same, you'll be talking about the same thing, and then you're talking about the ethical issue, right? So 4 key areas that you need to touch upon, right, in broad terms. Now what I want you to do in the next 10 minutes, okay, so has anybody got less than 4 topics, or has anybody not covered these things? Rudolph, were you able to see these 4 questions very clearly? Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay, good. So what I want you to do in the next 10 minutes, right? Write an answer plan that I'm looking for these questions, right? An answer plan. Remember to include the models, what is appropriate. Okay? Remember your 4 competencies. Yeah? So very quickly now I'm going to start the clock, where you will start on your answer plan within 10 minutes. Okay guys, time's up. How did we do? 10 minutes just flew by. Well, who would like to share their answer with us? Ahmed? Would you like to share?
Yes.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah. I make here a brief outline of my answer.
Yeah. So can you
First of
share
all-
that with us? You can share your screen with us.
No, I didn't print it on the screen.
Okay. Tell us.
It's like-
Okay.
Yes. First of all, I'll compare the two tenders from the technical point of view and financial point of view. I list first the tender one strengths and weaknesses, then tender two strengths and weaknesses, then the comparison between the two financial offers.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll provide the recommendation and reason why I choose a tender and the impact on AN, meaning if the cost of investment will be like the project something, but the ROI will be X. So I'll justify my recommendation.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll go to the financing options. I'll compare option, for example, if we have two options, I'll compare the two options, pros and cons, and give brief recommendation, which one I select. And then I'll give an opinion on reducing the dividend distribution. What will be the impact?
Sorry, Ahmed, when you said about the financing options,
Yeah.
how did you think of structuring that part? So can you give me maybe two or three that you thought of?
Yeah, for example, approaching commercial banks,
Yes.
or from reducing the dividend distribution.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So
So
did
I'll-
you talk anything else? So how would you elaborate that in your answer?
Of course, I'll explain the cost of debt.
Yes, good.
Yeah.
And anything else?
The ROI on the project.
Okay.
Will it cover the cost of debt or not?
Mhm.
I'll do the whole analysis. I'm just giving a brief outline here.
Yeah, but when you say whole analysis, and also remember you have 4 areas at a high level, and you'll have to limit your timing as well, isn't it? Each section.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
That's important. The reason why I'm looking for it is for you to elaborate is it's of course the cost component will come into play, but also how it will reflect in your financial statements, and the third thing would be how it would impact some of the stakeholders. And that's also not that you have to do the analysis then and there, but to say these are the areas that you will be considering further in your analysis if they want to go more in depth, because for example dividend and getting a loan from the commercial banks will have an impact in some of the stakeholders, the way they view our statements. Yeah.
Of course, I'll add one more thing. Is it aligned with the company strategy or not? Is this project aligned with the objectives of the company?
Yeah.
Okay. Then lastly, I'll go for an opinion on the ethical issue of Pamela and how this will affect the awarding of the bid to the supplier XMAX. Yeah. That's it.
Right. Any particular models that you will be using here?
Sorry?
Any particular models, theoretical models that you will be using here and bringing it to elaborate your answer?
No, I'm not thinking of any model right now.
Okay, so as homework, I would urge you to go through this question, sit for 60 minutes and answer this question, and see basically if you answer the question and you want us to review it, just send it across. We'll have a look at it, because it's very, very important that you answer it under exam conditions, and don't. So when I say exam conditions, you need to lock yourself in a room and then throw away your mobile, and that mobile should be away, outside that room, and you should be doing your answers. right, in the exam condition, because this is for everybody, because the more you do it in this fashion, the more chances you've got to pass. Okay. So Arthur, we have the soft copy uploaded. The question is uploaded to the Dropbox. Okay. If you go into your Dropbox, you will see this. It is here, set 4. Okay. This is where it is. Anyone else who's got a different answer to what was discussed? Anything else that they want to add? Syed, yeah?
Yeah, the models we're using is one is the basic one. We have to use the SWOT analysis to see the strengths and weaknesses. Second thing, that one in Pamela case.
One second. Strengths and weaknesses of who and where will you use this SWOT?
The strengths and weaknesses of the project, the tender, which are the parties. Whether they will be, which party is more beneficial to us, that if in long run their strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
And second thing is that one, in Pamela case, we have to see the corporate governance issue.
Right. So when you're looking at yes, go on.
In the return of investment, we have to see this DSF or net present value, that what we are investing, and important thing is the cash flows in and out, that whether our cash flows is matching or not, because we are short of cash. We are just have a bare minimum cash in hand. So these are the things, important things, that which we have to look and go in detail.
Okay. So I didn't see many models that you guys have come up with, so that's a bit of a concern for me, because you're able to use Mandela's matrix, you're able to use SAF-S model. Yes, Arthur, go ahead.
Yes, I agree with you. Mandela's model and
Sorry, can't hear you. Can you come a bit closer and then talk? Yeah. Yes, Arthur.
Can you hear me?
Yes, go on.
Yeah, Mandela's model for the stakeholder analysis and project management, Mandela's model, ANSOF model, and
ANSOF. Why ANSOF?
For the project management part.
Tell me how you link ANSOF to this one.
Funding point of view. Yeah.
Right. You're saying the funding part. So why would ANSOF come into the funding part of it? Tell me a little bit more. Elaborate it. So be careful when you're suggesting models, it should be appropriate to the situation, right? And also when you're looking at the ethics side of it, how will you answer this ethics question? I know a lot of you picked up the ethics point, good, but tell me how you would be answering it. There is a particular structure to answer it. Yes, Ahmed.
We could mention, like, there will be a conflict of interest in case we award this project, because the person is in director and he is the brother. So we could highlight that one, and how can we, if there is a conflict of interest, how can we, mitigate that one? We need to suggest that one to the board.
Right. Okay, so what we need to go through is, if you remember this this particular model, let me go through it for you. right? Now we are in this quadrant. Let's say here, check all your facts. That's where we start, right? Because we can't, this is the situation. So when we are recommending, saying, okay, this is the situation that we've faced, okay, so we go on the fact that this person, we've done our investigations and have found out that Pamela's brother does work in this particular company and he is a director. Now, is it ethical? Is it legal? Right? That part you need to answer as well. Right? What principal fact, the principal ethical factor has been compromised here? Right? You need to elaborate on that as well. Right? Who will be affected with this? Because, well, we're saying conflict of interest, so what? You know, the next question is, so what? And who is going to be the affected party, right? And maybe Pamela didn't do it intentionally. It just slipped her mind, or, you know, it's just she didn't think it was an important thing that she should mention. And so how, and she's a director, remember, so you can't just say that, well, you know, she's been unethical and she's been like XYZ, but because she's also been with the company for a long time, right? So you need to take those into consideration. This is where your leadership people aspects come into play. Yeah? And then say, well, what are the possible courses of action? You wouldn't say fire Pamela, no, but you need to come up with what are the possible courses of action that you should have. And have you got these things in your HR policy where you state very clearly that if there is some link to the vendors, that you should reveal it. If then an employee has a link to the vendor, right, or a direct, not an employee, let's say the board of directors, then has it been is it explicitly stated? And even the corporate governance point of view will come into play here, right? So just merely mentioning it's not ethical will not give you marks. Is that clear for everybody? Any other viewpoints from you guys?
Is there could be one suggestion that we can remove her from this project, since, because if we say it is unintentional, it could not convince, because
correct,
the person is
you're
in higher,
absolutely
is in
right. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, because the person is in decision making position.
Exactly.
Even if you convince, okay, she may be unintentional, it could not be correct, right?
Yes, absolutely correct. So that is where you say, right, you will take her away from that decision making board, right? If there is a steering board that makes a decision on a particular project, you will take her out because she is linked to the director of the other company. So absolutely correct. That's where you say possible courses of action, right? What can you do? How can you manage this situation? So be careful. These ethical questions can come up quite a lot, and you need to be able to answer them appropriately. Yeah. So what I would like you to do as homework, and I'm gonna go through this tomorrow. I think we have a class tomorrow with Kuma. I think you guys have a class. We'll look into that. But what I would like you to do is there are 2 questions here. So the first homework is for you to do a full answer for this question number 1. The second question is there. I want you to do again under exam conditions. I want you to time and do first an answer plan and then the full question. So for both activities you should be only taking 60 minutes. Okay?
Tomorrow we have a class with you at 8:30 morning.
Okay, fine, great. So we can continue this. I don't want to spend time going through this, the structure and everything. I want to see tomorrow is your answer plan and a 60-minute, the balance, answer plan plus your full answer, especially for the second question, because I will go through the second question. Okay? Any questions for today? If not, we'll close the session today and have a great morning, everyone. Thank you.